Yo ho, the mistletoe. A good UFC card is here. Ken, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 card on paper.
Is it?
Well, would you agree, disagree?
Uh, yeah, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say a 10
A
out of 10.
seven? Seven's bad. To eight, I would say lowest eight. Get some early prelims and then ending off with some bangers.
It does have early prelims, and then it has some prelims after that, and then I think it has the main card as well.
It also, yeah, some fights in the main card. You know how that goes. Um, I don't know about you, but I just got done watching the UFC Freedom 250 press conference, and Josh Hokett got taken out. Did you see it?
I just saw the clip of him getting taken out on
Oh, isn't it
Instagram.
hilarious? I don't think Ilya likes being called little.
Yeah, he got called a midget. Not just little dude, little
Dude,
midget.
and when
Told him to come to a weight class, an actual
Josh
weight
Hokett
class.
Josh Hokett was getting pulled out, he goes, "Don't find your wife in Miami."
Yeah. Am I right, New
Wild.
Jersey?
Dude, this is hilarious. All right, listen, everybody. We are here, me and Ken. We're officially here on this day of May 8th, Friday, to talk about UFC Sean Strickland versus Khamzat CHIMAEV. Was it 328, right?
328.
Um, 328. We're gonna do some predictions. We're gonna start from the bottom, and then we're gonna work our way up. Ken, are you okay with that?
That's okay. I was gonna say start from the middle and work our way down and then back up, but from the
Well,
bottom
yeah.
works.
That's a good format for the next one. Just change it up a little bit. Um, but no, we'll start off this card. We're gonna start off with the predictions here. We got Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. What are you thinking here, Ken? Any predictions?
Don't know either of these guys. I'm just gonna go with Jose. He's the favorite. Seeing either of these guys fight, honestly, I can't really give a good prediction. Not sure
Okay.
if they're like contender series guys or something like that.
I would say, off of just looking at their pictures, Jose Ochoa has a pretty cool chest tattoo, so I'm gonna pick him to win. I've never watched either one of these. I think I've watched Clayton Carpenter before, but it definitely wasn't memorable enough for me to pick him again. Um, so yeah, let's just move right on to the next one, a middleweight bout between Basangur Surkayev and DeJordan Santos. I don't know about you, Ken, but I think this is just it's made for Susarkayev to win by murder.
I don't know, dude. He plays around too much, I think. He gets hit a lot, and he does give his opponent a lot of chances. So I mean, I think he's gonna win, but I don't think it's gonna be murder. I think it's gonna be a back and forth because again, he does like to get hit and plays around way too much.
Do you think minus 700 is too big of a favorite?
No, I think he should be the favorite. I think he should be the heavy favorite. I just think he fucks around way too much in fights. He
Yeah.
could easily win fights, but he fucks around way too much.
Oh, like
So there's
Yuri?
always the chance. Kind of like Yuri, but I feel like he knows he's better than his opponent, and he just fucks around way too much.
He's trying to stunt on them almost.
A little bit, yeah. Showboats a little
Well,
bit.
hopefully DeJordan Santos has something for him. I got yeah, I think Bazanger I
His
think
anger.
Bazinger. No, I think Suzor Kayev is gonna win by knockout. I think it's gonna be early. I think he's gonna go in there and make a statement win on his first pay-per-view. Uh, you know, which isn't a pay-per-view anymore. But another guy that has been on a pay-per-view is Pat Sabatini versus William Gomez. Who do we think here, Ken? Talk to me, dog.
I go with my boy Pat Sabatini, Pretty sure he's the Philly native. I gotta go with my Philly boy since I'm out here near Philly. I'm actually gonna go with all the Philly guys. Taking a
Nice.
Philly parlay, dude.
Nice. How do you see him winning by?
Just wrestling decision, most likely,
Just
or
better
sub.
position and control.
Yeah, sub or decision, but mainly just using his wrestling.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Coming in at minus 200, I think that's very fair. I think he's gonna win by decision, just like you say, Ken. He's gonna control him and hold him and make sure he doesn't win.
Yeah, it'd be a
How are you
smart thing
supposed
to
to win a
do.
fight? Exactly. And then we move on to Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. I got Marco Tulio.
Yeah, I actually have slightly bigger Austin or not Austin Hooper, a slightly bigger Chase Hooper, Russian Chase Hooper, winning this fight.
Russian Chase Hooper.
Hey, he looks
It's like
exactly like
Russian
Chase
Bob
Hooper, dude.
Ross.
He looks exactly like Chase Hooper, but Russian.
He does a little bit. A little bit, yeah. That is
Yeah, I think
funny.
Roman's striking is gonna be too much. I think he has a good chance of getting a knockout, or at least making it go to a decision. He's a
Yeah, I will.
wily vet.
Yeah, I will say Roman Kopylov does have definitely sneaky kicks, but I think Marco Tulio is going to see these coming, and I think that he's going to be ready for them. And I think that Roman Kopylov gasses out earlier, and I think Marco Tulio puts him out in the third round. Clear and
Okay.
concise decision.
Agree to disagree on that one.
All right, we'll do that. We'll agree to disagree, Ken. Listen, that's all we can do here on this Ken and Jake's MMA takes. That's all you can do on this podcast. You know, what else are we gonna do? There's only two of us. Who are we gonna argue with? You
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
exactly, right? We're judge jury. We're judge and the we're judge and the jury.
Yep.
Moving
We're
on
both
to
the
the
executioner, dude.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. The real question is Jared Gordon going to execute Jim Miller?
Give me Jim fucking Miller, dude. Come on.
Jim
A40.
Miller.
A40
Oh,
or
I
A.
think Jim Miller's going to win by submission.
Yeah, dude. Jared Gordon's kind of like in the Philly space. He's a New Yorker. I don't know. I think I'll throw him in the parlay, the Philly parlay, but
Yeah,
I hope Jim Miller wins. I hope Jim Miller keeps fighting until UFC 400. He's fought on UFC 100, 200, 300. I hope he fights on UFC
bro.
400 at the age of
Exactly.
57, and I hope he gets a win.
They bring him back just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jared Gordon's probably going to win the decision here, or a late finish. I just think Jim Miller's past it. There was a point in Jim Miller's career, which it was recently in his old age, that was just like hidden power, you know, knocking
Yeah.
these young bucks out left and right. And then King Green puts a beating on him.
Yeah, you know who actually
And
beat him? American Chase Hooper beat him his last fight.
yeah, yeah, didn't
So
he submit him or knock him out?
I'm pretty sure it was a sub.
Yeah, it was submission.
Yeah,
Yeah,
American Chase Hooper.
yeah. I mean, you bet. Hey, listen, Jim Miller might have PTSD. You better tell Roman Kopylov not to get close. You know, you don't want Jim Miller just start throwing punches out of nowhere. Um, but the only person that we know is not going to throw punches out of nowhere and go for takedowns is Grant Dawson. Do you think that he's going to beat Mateusz Rebecki?
Gonna be a tough fight. I feel like it
Yeah,
should be a pick 'em, honestly. I think the
it's
odds should be pretty even.
yep, minus 160 and plus 125 for Mateusz Rebecki.
Yeah, I honestly think Rebecca's gonna win. Just looking at
Dude, I
just
could
look.
see Rebecki landing something. Um, Grant
Yeah,
Dawson got
I could
knocked.
see him landing something too. Hopefully he lands a few more something.
I could see, dude. Grant Dawson got knocked out by a Bobby Green jab.
Yeah.
I think Mateusz Rebecki's gonna land something a little harder and might hurt him bad. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I like you said, I think this is a real 50-50.
Yeah, I think I'd say under 2.5 rounds.
Oh,
I'd say
100%. I don't think
honestly
this is
like
going the
first
distance.
round.
Yeah, Grant Dawson is like he has one of those chins which is like surprisingly weak. You know what I mean? Like he's such a wrestler, you wouldn't think his chin would be so touchy. But Bobby
Yeah.
Green, bro. Bobby Green. Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amasov. What are we thinking here, Ken? We going with the Spaniard or are we going with Yaroslav?
Who? Almost.
Joe, yeah, Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav.
Give me Ukraine.
Amasov.
Give me Ukraine, dude.
You want Ukraine?
Yeah, I think Joel's getting up there in age. I don't think he has like he used to. He moved up weight classes. If it
Yeah.
wasn't recent, then it was. But he moved up weight classes. It did like he does look better in this weight class, but I mean, I think he's just too far gone. I don't think El Phenomeno is going to win the fight. I think he's probably going to get El knocked out.
L knocked out. Yeah, I think Joel Alvarez is gonna be staring at the ceiling. I think he'll be on the ground and yeah, I mean think
Yeah, if it's
Yar
not a knockout, it's gonna be a sub, dude.
oh yes, inside the distance for sure. Yaroslav Amasov inside the distance finish. That's what we're going with. Minus 190. Go with it. Ukraine prevail. And then we're gonna watch a live slaughtering between Atiba Gutierrez and Ozzy Diaz.
Do you think
Um,
it's a live slot, dude?
oh my god, I think Atiba Gutierrez is gonna knock him out within 2 minutes.
That's what people thought his last fight, but he went the distance and kind of gassed in the second round, and then got a second win in the third. But he was kind of gassed. I think he's like, if it doesn't end in the first round, it's going to a decision. But then again, Ozzy Diaz does have knockout power. I could see this being a sneaky dark horse upset for Ozzy Diaz.
Could you imagine a plus 700 upset knockout win?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, dude, Gutier, he went the distance in his last fight. He didn't get the knockout in the first round. Kind of didn't know what to do after that, and it was a very close decision. He honestly probably should have lost it, but he won, and I don't know, man. I think the storm might be clearing up, and I think that Ozzy Diaz is gonna win. Actually,
Yeah,
that
you
that
think
would be
Ozzy
my
Diaz is gonna win?
yeah. He's my dark horse to win.
He's your
To
dark
win.
horse, huh?
Yeah.
Um, I think Atiba Gutierrez is gonna kill him. I think that I think huh?
Damn. Okay.
I think that, once Francis was gone, they said, all right, once we get someone else from Cameroon, we have to keep him. And
Well,
we're
that's
gonna
they
free
are trying to keep him as like the new Francis replacement.
yeah, so they're gonna feed him Ozzy Diaz. I mean, look at Ozzy Diaz's hair. There's no way he's winning this fight.
Dude, his hair has nothing to do with how he fights, man.
I know I'm
Bro's
just
got
fucking with you.
six first round finishes, man. 7 wins by knockout, 2 by sub.
Listen, here's what I will say.
10-3. There's a world where Ozzy Diaz goes out there, shocks the world, and beats Atiba.
Do you think it's within
Atiba.
the first round?
Nah, dude, like I said, if it ends in the first round, Atiba has like the better chance of winning. But I feel like Ozzy could pull out a decision win. Again, he gassed out in his last fight.
Yeah. My other question was gonna be if Ozzy Diaz doesn't like if you watch the fight in the first round, you kind of can tell that he's like not really pushing anything on the gas tank. Do you think that's his game plan to pull him into deep waters?
Might be, dude. He's so when you see a guy as muscular as Atiba Gutier, like obviously they gas out more because the amount of muscle obviously requires more oxygen. So being that jacked in the UFC is actually not that it's not an advantage, it's a disadvantage. I think that's
Yeah.
why he gets gassed out so easily. And
Yeah.
I think Ozzy's best chance is to pull him into the deeper rounds.
Now, how far into the fight do you think Atiba Gutierrez can go without kind of getting damaged or like kind of showing fatigue? About a round and a half around.
3.5 minutes into the first round.
All right, here's a question for you. Do you think Atiba Gutierrez is going to get taken down?
He might, honestly.
You
That
think?
might be something. Yeah.
That
I
might be a
feel like if
round
you,
taker. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think Ozzy's much of a wrestler. He has 0% takedown accuracy. He's only ever attempted one takedown in his entire career.
Let's
I
not
don't think
forget
he's
Alex took down Izzy.
I don't think he's really I don't think he's really trying to do that. But I mean that is a way. Maybe they saw something and you know maybe that's what they were training. But I think it's gonna be a stand up thing. I mean, dude, Atiba has a 100% takedown accuracy. He's only ever attempted one takedown and landed one takedown. So if anything, man, maybe Atiba takes him down.
But could you
Obviously,
imagine
yeah, I don't think that's
Ozzy
gonna
Diaz?
happen.
Could you
But I could
imagine
see it
Ozzy
going to
Diaz?
later rounds.
Could you imagine he comes out in Imanari rolls?
Be crazy.
Crazy.
He does the rolling
Jump.
thunder kick.
Yeah, Justin Gaethje's that shit. Jumping in to the main card. Ken, do you know who the first fight of the main card is?
I do. King Green versus Little Heathen. Jeremy Stevens. The
Dude,
Little Heathen, dude.
this reeks of a
What's that?
Bobby Green is jabbing him. Oh, he lands. Jeremy knocks out Bobby Green. Dude,
King Green, dude. Come on. Don't dead
I
name
think
him.
I I think Jeremy might come out with a freaking upset knockout victory.
Yeah, I mean, he had a war with Mason Jones his last fight. I think he definitely is in there for a war. I don't think this fight's going to go anywhere except for standing up. I think this is going to be pretty much a boxing fight. Um, I don't know, dude. It's hard because Bobby just had the masterclass against Zell Huber, dude. Crazy that he's so old. They're both so old. This is like we said we should put older fighters in their own like category and just have them fight each other. So it's not like one of the old guard getting knocked out by a young up and comer. This is
Yeah.
a pretty even fight, I would say. I don't think the odds show how like close this fight's gonna be. This is a toss up, honestly, for me. But I think
Dude.
Jeremy, just with he's the hardest hitting 150, 155 for you. Come on. He's
Dude, when he hits people, they don't move, man.
yeah, dude. Come on.
Listen, so I have a question for you.
What's the question?
You know how like unks have been winning against like, Bobby Green against Daniel Zahuber and stuff?
Yeah.
Um, I feel like something changes when you jump into somebody with the same amount of experience, the same amount of fights, things like that. Also, Jeremy Stevens, like Bobby Green could be a style that Jeremy Stevens has seen before. That may not be something that Daniel Zellhuber has seen in the fight game. You know what I mean? Just out of pure experience. I don't know why, man. This reeks of a Jeremy Stevens knockout, like late knockout victory for me.
Yeah, I can see that. You know what? Be a crazy bet.
Huh.
I don't know what the odds are, but King Green by sub, dude.
Oh my god. Could you imagine, bro? I think if he goes to the ground, he'll start passing out from PTSD of what Patty did to him.
I do club and sub, King Green, maybe.
You think so?
Yeah, give me
I
that
don't
or
know.
Jeremy Stevens by knockout. One of those two.
Inside the distance, regardless, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Hey, King Green at minus 400 is kind of crazy to me.
Why? Because he's such a favorite. Yeah.
No, his wife didn't he wasn't he just get off the thing saying someone stole money from him, his girl stole his change or his chains?
I don't know about.
I
No, he
don't
just
know,
bought
but
a strip club to save it.
I
He
don't know.
just bought.
Listen, if I'm seeing stuff that's not about the fight game, then your mind's probably on something else. I got Jeremy Stevens by vicious KO.
Okay.
And Ken has
King Green, club and sub.
okay, agree to disagree here. The next fight we should agree on. We will say your pick in 3, 2, One, Sean
New
Brady.
Mansa.
Fuck. I think.
Joaquin Buckley, dude. Joaquin Buckley.
Tell me your reason.
New
Tell me your reason.
Mansa. Huh? Dude, all Sean Brady wants to do is wrestle and sub somebody. Who's been training with Kamaru Usman? Joaquin Buckley, dude. Whenever you like dedicate an entire camp training with someone who beat you by wrestling you, like you're doing the right thing. All his pride,
Ye-
hey, you beat me. Can I train with you? Help me out. I suck at wrestling. Kamaru has literally trained with him the entire training camp. I think that was the right thing to do. I think Joaquin's going to be ready for Sean Brady's wrestling. I think I mean, obviously you can't, like one training camp is not enough for good wrestling, but anti wrestling, like see what JDM did for what's his face's wrestling, Islam's wrestling. Like he was good anti wrestling. So I mean, I think Joaquin has more power, has like the better chance of getting a knockout. I think Sean is getting chinny. He did just get knocked out. And I think if Joaquin can keep it on the feet, if he can have good anti wrestling, he has a better chance of winning.
Very detailed and detailed breakdown. No, I like to agree with that. I think Sean Brady's gonna win because, like what you said, I don't think one camp can fix all the gaps that Sean Brady can see in the holes in the wrestling. I don't know if throughout 3 rounds, Joaquin Buckley can defend enough takedowns to stay out of control time with Sean Brady. I think Sean Brady is might submit him late or win a decision. I could see though a world where Joaquin Buckley stuffs 2 or 3 takedowns and then knee Sean Brady in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it goes to the ground, Sean Brady all day. But if it stays standing and Buckley can anti wrestle and like not even keep it on the feet, but if he can take top position, dude, I feel like he has a better chance of winning, obviously, because
Yeah,
of his power versus Sean's power. Sean just getting knocked out like not too long ago.
right.
I
If you're sorry, if
That's a
you're
toss
a
up, honestly.
if you're a judge and you're watching Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley, Sean Brady holds Joaquin Buckley down for the beginning of every round for the first 3 minutes, and then Joaquin Buckley gets up and wins striking equal amount of damage. How would you judge that?
Well, if it's equal amount of damage, then you got to go with control time, so Sean would win that.
I agree. I think that's going to be kind of what we see. I don't
I
know
feel like
why.
Sean could take him down, but I feel like Buckley's going to be good at defending the subs, maybe getting it back to the feet. I mean, if I feel like Sean might be able to take him down early on, but then later on it's going to be harder. If it goes longer, I think Buckley has a better chance of defending the takedowns. It's a toss up. Obviously, the odds are like kind of even. Buckley's a like small underdog. I think
Yeah,
um I think this is a huge step up for Buckley. Like obviously he just lost to Kamaru, but I think Sean Brady is better than Usman, and I think this is like a better fight for him, honestly, because Sean is kind of chinny and he did just get knocked out, so he does
yeah.
have a pretty good chance of winning this.
It's
It's a
kind of
nice
like
bounce
Joaquin
back fight.
Buckley. Yeah, it's kind of like Joaquin Buckley lost, but is fighting up.
He kind of is, honestly. I don't know what
Um,
Kamaru's ranked.
he hasn't fought in so long.
No, that's
You
why I
know,
don't know what he's ranked.
I
But I feel
know.
like him beating Sean Brady, Sean just lost against was it Morales?
Yeah, yeah, he got knocked out. Yep.
I mean, if Buckley beats Sean, I could see him getting a better fight, maybe against Morales in the future or something like that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
JDM,
I would
maybe
watch
maybe
that for
somebody.
sure. Yeah, JDM's not a bad one either. Um, I think this next one is such a sneaky one. I think it's sneakily going to be so good because Alexander Volkov is sneakily one of the best heavyweights, and Waldo Cortez Acosta is also on the come up. I think he's been really good recently.
Yeah. I think I think Volkov actually is probably he's ranked two. He is probably one of the top like two heavyweights, including the champion currently. I think he's like he's he's one of the top three heavyweights right now. Nah, I think dude, Volkov's crazy. How you win a fight on the bottom?
How do you win a fight on the bottom? How do you actually win a fight against Cyril Gahn and then they give it to the other guy?
Yeah.
Um,
I think
dude, he
Volkov
beat
just too much experience. Waldo's on
Alexander
such a quick
Volkov.
like rise. I think Volkov's too much has too much experience for Waldo.
Dude, Alexander Volkov beat Mr. Who's that scary guy? The huge heavyweight, the big white Polish guy.
Volvich.
Yeah, he beat Pavlovich when Pavlovich was in his Pavlovich prime.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I got Alexander
Plus
Volkov by knockout.
plus Volkov has a nice back piece.
Yeah, he has a back piece, and that is gonna get him the victory. A shiny new back piece. Maybe he'll get a front piece after this. You know?
Yeah, I don't I just think that Waldo's like the people he's fought are not that great. He did just beat Derek Lewis, but that was like probably the worst fight I've ever seen in my entire
It
life.
was like almost a fluke.
Mm. I just think Volkov's going to be too much for him. Too much too soon, too much experience, and he's probably the best fighter. He's the best fighter that he's going to be facing in
Yeah,
his
in a
UFC
while.
career. The odds are even though.
Yeah, no, I got to give it to Alexander Volkov. I think he's gonna win either by knockout or decision.
You think Waldo gets a title shot after this? Or you think
Um,
he fights like
no,
Hokit,
I don't think
something
so.
like
Yeah, I
that?
think. Oh, that would be hilarious
Because Hokit
if
was coming
he.
at him.
That'd be hilarious. I'd watch that. That's a good fight. You think so?
Yeah, I think Hokut was coming at him. If you remember him on Aerial
Yeah, with
with
the
the
with the
kid.
baby. Yeah, with the little
It's
baby.
okay. Michael Chandler will adopt him.
Oh, dude, the Hoka is some breath of fresh air for some funniness in the UFC. I swear. Yeah, but we both got Volkov. Uh, I think Volkov's gonna win. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I think Volkov's gonna come out in the victorious.
I think he's going to come out with the victorious victory as well.
Yeah. Moving on to the co-main event, we got Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. Ken, who do you have here, and why?
Joshua Vaughn, dude. I think he's very fresh. Um, he obviously had like some sort of small injury that kept him out for a month, but I think that he just has more power. I mean, if you look at obviously MMA math doesn't really work out, but I feel like Josh putting a beating on Brandon Royval and then Atsura losing to Brandon Royval kind of shows that Josh can go into the deep water. He can fight a dirty fight and he can come out victorious versus Tatsura got taken in deep water and didn't outlast Brandon Royval. I think if it stays on the feet, Josh obviously has the advantage. Tatsura is obviously going to be looking to take him down. But I just don't think we've seen the best Joshua Van yet. I think obviously the fight against Pantoja was a fluke, and
Yeah,
I think if he beats Tatsura, it goes. There's going to be a rematch, obviously, Pantoja. But if Tatsura wins, I feel like that would be good for the UFC. Honestly, they get back into the Japanese market. Maybe have a UFC in Japan, him versus Pantoja, something like
yeah.
that. Maybe throw in Horiguchi. I don't know. I think Joshua
Our
Van has,
boy.
yeah, I think Josh has a better chance of winning, even though the odds don't show that. I don't know why people are hating on Joshua Van, dude.
I think it's because of the size difference. Tatsuro Taira is much bigger. I think that
He's not that
people
much bigger. He's
people
like an inch
probably
taller. They're the
people
same
probably
weight.
yeah, no, I get that. People probably don't think Joshua Van like just coming from a guy who's watched Joshua Van's last few fights. Um his chin gets weaker as the fight goes on. He opens himself up in a few positions. Like he got hurt bad during the UFC Sphere or the Mexico something. And then he also got hurt. He also got knocked out by Charles Johnson, right? Or something like that. He
Yeah,
got
but
back
that's
or
like the best. That's the best UFC history. You get knocked out by Charles Johnson, and you go on and do great things, dude.
yeah,
You
right.
kidding me? You kidding me?
No, but I think Taito Taira is gonna put something on him that he hasn't seen before for a long time, and I think that over time, Joshua Van is just gonna get submitted by Tatsuro Taira sometime during the before the last bell rings. I think Tatsuro Taira is gonna be on him longer than Joshua Van is comfortable with throughout a 25-minute fight. And yeah, I could see Tatsuro Taira winning. That being said, I could also see Joshua Van winning a nice decision based on his striking because he does have good striking. But if Tatsuro Taira does end up getting a hold of him, that's what I see happening: a submission.
I feel like if Josh wins, it's gonna be knockout,
You think so?
TKO or KO. Most likely TKO. Maybe in like the fourth round, I could see it going a little bit into the championship rounds. Yeah, I just think Tyra has like doesn't have the dog in him. I think he's kind of like Charles Oliveira before he became Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, it's kind
He's
of
a
like
quitter, you know.
I think
He's a
Tatsuro
quitter.
Taira is kind of like what you were saying earlier. Tatsuro Taira now trains with Brandon Verval, the man who beat him.
Yeah, but who beat Brandon Royval? How would you train with people who? How would you train with people who the person you're facing beat? Hey
Shut
man,
up.
show me show me how you lost the fight against Josh.
Show me what to do. No, I honestly we can agree to disagree on this one too, but I don't know if we're gonna agree to disagree on this next fight. Ken, we have Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Tell me who you think's gonna win and why.
I'll tell you who I want to win is Sean. Who
Dude,
I
I want
think
Sean to win
is
so bad,
going
dude.
to win most likely is going to be Khamzat Chimaev, most likely by wrestling him. I don't think it's going to be anything other than a decision or maybe a quick sub.
Yeah.
I, I don't know, man. Sean's wrestling is supposedly good, but there are videos of him training where he got taken down, a guy that he was trying to take down. So that doesn't really put or give me much
Doesn't look
faith
the
in his
best, right?
wrestling. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think Chimaev's faced a striker like Sean. I think when he did face somewhat of a good striker in Gilbert Burns, it didn't go very well. I think if
He
he
got
comes
tested.
out and yeah, I think if he plays Sean's game and he does actually try to stand up, which he might honestly try that because Sean's kind of in his head. Obviously, there's a lot of bad blood here. There's a lot of words being thrown around.
Oh yeah.
I, there's security around both of them, death threats. So he might try to play Sean's game. I think that's Sean's best bet of winning is if he does stand up and it is a striking match. But I feel like if Sean does start getting the better of him, he's obviously just going to try to wrestle the entire fight. I do see Chimaev winning by a decision, most likely, or Sean by KO, hopefully.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm hoping for that so bad. I got Hamza Chimaev by submission. I really, really, really either want to see Sean Strickland win by knockout or Hamza dominate to kill. I don't want to see him dominate for some like slow like victory throughout 5 rounds. Like I want to see him go for a wolf kill. Um, I want to see his Hamza that we're also afraid of. Dude, my heart wants Sean though so bad. You
Oh,
know,
you mean
did you?
the Khamzat that fought DDP,
Yeah, I don't want that
where he
guy.
threw 700 strikes. He landed 700 strikes, but it was all little
Yeah, it
hammer
was the worst
fists.
stuff, man. Worst. So my question, Ken, did you watch the press conference between Sean Strickland and Khamzat?
I did watch that. Yeah.
I agree or disagree. Did you get annoyed with Khamzat
Yeah, I wanted to hear what Sean was saying, and he just,
the whole
whoa,
time?
whoa.
Who's your daddy?
Yeah, like, dude, just shut the fuck up for a second, man. Holy shit.
I know, dude. That's the
Like,
same thing I was thinking. My heart wants Sean because low key, when I listen to them talk, like, do you know what I've been thinking more recently? Like when I hear Sean and Hamzat talk, is Hamzat's human. Like he's just a guy. And Sean made a good point. Like Hamzat always tries to jump, saying we. Like
yeah,
I don't know, bro. I want Sean to win, but I have a feeling Hamzat's gonna win. It breaks my heart. Why can't we get what we want? Yuri
that's gonna
lost. Let
break my
Sean
heart.
win, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if Sean wins, it's better for the UFC because Hamzat's just gonna move up a weight class. He's already saying like he doesn't need to fight anybody else at this weight. Like
Right.
it it's not good for the UFC to have that. I feel like if he does beat Sean, maybe let Sean fight like DDP for the interim or the vacant title.
Yeah.
The
No.
UFC is a better place when Sean Strickland's their champion.
Exactly. Now, what are they trying to do with DDP?
I have no idea.
Me neither. I wish I
He's
wish
been
I wish
out
they
for
would
a
do something with
while.
him soon. Maybe I don't know. Did you hear that? Did you hear that Armin is the backup fighter for the Gaethje and Topuria?
Of course, man. I always watch Nina Drama streams. Are you kidding me? I always watch her Instagram lives and her kick streams. Come on, man.
Oh my god.
She's actually streaming right now. I have it on in the background.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Um. All right, everybody, listen. We want to hop on a little bit. We want to talk a little bit about these fights. These fights that are coming up. You and us are all gonna figure out how this is gonna go down tomorrow at on May 9th. And this is the the Jake and Ken's MMA Takes podcast. Ken, would you like
Yo,
to
what's up?
send us off with a message?
What kind of just we'll catch you next
Motivation.
time?
No,
Motivation.
motivation. Motivation.
I don't know, motivation. Just dude, what do you you put me on the spot here. What do you mean?
Motivate me right now.
Motivate you for what?
Just do it.
I don't know what you want me to do, man.
All
You're
right,
killing
everyone.
me.
We're gonna end on
You're
that.
killing
Ken motivated me a ton.
me. What do you mean? Motivate